Hello, this is Mr. White, and I'm going to be reading through the Symbiosis PowerPoint. So the learning objectives of this PowerPoint, we will find out what is symbiosis, we'll go over what some different kinds of symbiosis are, and then give some examples. So what is symbiosis? The literal definition is the act of living together. Now what this means is that two organisms live together. This could be temporary or for a longer period of time. At least one of the organisms benefits from the relationship. So what are some different kinds of symbiosis? Three we're going to talk about are mutualism, in which both organisms benefit, communalism, in which one organism benefits and the other organism is unaffected, and parasitism, where one organism benefits and the other organism is harmed. Mutualistic relationships examples. So bees and flowers. The bee gets to eat, and the flowering plant gets to reproduce. The oxpecker, which is a kind of bird, and the rhinoceros or the zebra. The oxpeckers land on rhinos or zebras, and they eat the ticks and other parasites that live on their skin. The oxpecker gets food, and the bees get pest control. So this is a mutual relationship. Communalism. So an example is the whale and barnacle. The whale reaps no reward from a barnacle attaching to its body. The barnacle gains abundant food source while attaching itself to the whale. So one benefits and the other just really isn't affected. They don't really care. Another example is Remora Sharks. Remora sharks have an adhesive disc on their dorsal surface of their heads. They use this adhesive disc to hitch a ride on larger animals, usually whales. When food floats away from the whale's mouth, the remora can unhitch itself and collect those scraps of food floating by. So the remora benefits, while the whale is not really affected. Parasitism relationship examples. So one example is fleas. They harm their hosts, such as dogs, by biting their skin, sucking their blood, and causing them to itch. The flea, in turn, gets food and a warm home. A parasitic fungus causes wheat rust, and the downy mildew fungus attacks fruit and vegetables. And then you also have mosquitoes and humans. Mosquitoes benefit, they get blood from us, whereas we are harmed. We get bitten, lose some blood, possibly get a disease. Some other examples. You have the acacia plant with ant galls. So ants lay their eggs on the acacia tree. The acacia covers the infected area with brown flesh, gall. This is parasitism. One benefits while one is harmed. Example 2 is the moray eel with a cleaner fish. The moray eel gets a clean mouth, while the cleaner fish gets a meal. This is mutualism because both benefit. Example 3, cattle with egrets. Cattle stir up insects as they eat the grass. The egrets hang around and eat the insects. This is communalism. One benefits while the other is unaffected. Example 4 is a clownfish with an anemone. The clownfish gets protection while while it is unaffected. This is communalism because one benefits and the other is unaffected. Example 5, the antelope with an oxbird. The antelope gets rid of parasites and the oxbird gets a meal. So this is mutualism. Both benefit from this relationship. Example 6 is a Tinea worm in a human eye. The worm infects the human's bloodstream, and the human may go blind. This is parasitism. One benefits and one is harmed.